The year is 2022, and the United States has been radically transformed. A new regime called the New Founding Fathers has taken control of the government, and they've instituted a terrifying annual event known as the Purge. For 12 hours, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., all crime, including murder, is legal. The idea behind the Purge is simple. Give people a way to release their aggression and anger once a year, allowing them to cleanse their violent urges, thus supposedly reducing crime and unemployment in the rest of the year. We are introduced to the Sandin family, who live in an affluent suburban neighborhood. James Sandin, the father, has made a fortune selling home security systems designed specifically to protect families during the Purge. He and his wife Mary live in a lavish, well-secured home with their 2 children, Zoe and Charlie. James is confident that their house is impenetrable. After all, he's the one selling these systems to his entire neighborhood. But not everyone in the family feels at ease about the Purge. Zoe, the rebellious teenage daughter, is upset because her boyfriend Henry is older and her father doesn't approve of their relationship. She spends much of the evening in her room, brooding over the situation. Meanwhile, the younger son, Charlie, is more curious than frightened. He's confused about the morality of the Purge and struggles to understand why such violence is necessary. As the clock approaches 7 p.m., James locks down their home. Metal shutters cover all the windows and doors, and the family sits down for a seemingly quiet evening. Outside, chaos is about to erupt. The emergency broadcast signal echoes through the streets, marking the official start of the Purge. Sirens wail, and almost immediately the sounds of gunshots and screams can be heard in the distance. While the wealthy, like the Sandins, hide behind fortified homes, the less fortunate are left to fend for themselves against looters and murderers. Inside the house, tensions rise. Zoe is still angry with her father about Henry, while Mary is anxious but trying to maintain a sense of normalcy for the children. James is confident in their safety, proud of the security system that protects their home. But Charlie, exploring the house with his remote-controlled camera toy, notices something alarming. A wounded man, dressed in ragged clothes, is outside their home, screaming for help. Charlie's compassion gets the better of him. He disarms the security system, opening the door to let the stranger in. This is the turning point of the movie. Unbeknownst to the Sandins, the stranger is being hunted by a group of masked, well-dressed killers, people who view the Purge as an opportunity to hunt humans for sport. These intruders, led by a disturbingly polite man referred to as the polite leader, quickly surround the Sandin home. The polite leader demands that the Sandins hand over the stranger, or they will break into the house and kill everyone inside. This group sees themselves as Purge purists, believing that it is their right, even their duty, to cleanse society by murdering those they deem unworthy, like the homeless man now hiding in the Sandin home. The masks they wear only heighten the terror as they taunt the family through security cameras, brandishing weapons and making it clear they won't hesitate to slaughter anyone in their way. James, desperate to protect his family, initially considers giving up the stranger. He even begins to search the house with the intention of capturing the man and turning him over. However, Mary and Zoe's moral compass pulls them in a different direction. They can't justify sacrificing an innocent man to save themselves. As the tension escalates, the family is divided on what to do, and time is running out. While they argue, the masked intruders outside grow impatient. They've already cut the power and are now physically attacking the house, trying to break through the security system. Their attempts to tear down the barricades increase in intensity, and the situation becomes more dire. In a chaotic and tense series of events, Zoe's boyfriend Henry sneaks into the house, intending to confront James in a misguided attempt to fix their relationship. He tries to shoot James but fails, and James kills him in self-defense. This sudden burst of violence shocks Zoe, who flees and hides in the house. Now, with both the intruders outside and emotional turmoil within the family, the night continues to spiral out of control. As the situation becomes increasingly desperate, the Sandins decide to fight back. They arm themselves with guns and prepare for the inevitable break-in. Soon, the intruders finally breach the house. What follows is a brutal fight for survival. The once comfortable and safe home is turned into a war zone, as the family fights off multiple attackers, struggling to stay alive. James shows remarkable strength, fending off several of the masked intruders in hand-to-hand combat and with firearms. But the violence takes a toll, and the family's sense of security is completely shattered. The masked killers are relentless, and their eerie, unsettling behavior only adds to the chaos. James, realizing that the intruders will not stop until they've killed everyone, makes a final stand to protect his family. In the final confrontation, James is fatally wounded, sacrificing himself to save Mary, Zoe, and Charlie. As he lies dying, the masked leader and his group seem poised to finish off the remaining family members. But just when all hope seems lost, the Sandin's neighbors intervene. However, this rescue is not what it seems. The neighbors reveal that they have their own dark motives. Throughout the film, there's been a simmering tension between the Sandins and their neighbors. The neighbors have long been jealous of James's wealth, particularly since he made his fortune by selling them security systems for the Purge. Now, in a twisted turn of events, they plan to kill the Sandins themselves. They believe that the family's wealth and success have made them deserving targets during the Purge. In the film's final moments, just as the neighbors are about to execute the remaining Sandins, the wounded stranger, who Charlie had saved earlier, returns. He helps the family overpower the neighbors, sparing their lives in the process. As dawn approaches and the Purge officially ends, the violence ceases. The survivors, bloodied and traumatized, are left to contemplate the horror of the night. The film ends on a haunting note, as the sounds of morning news broadcasts cheerfully report the success of the Purge, announcing how it has once again reduced crime and unemployment.
The new founding fathers have released an early statement saying this was the most successful Purge yet.
For the Sandins, however, the true cost of the Purge is deeply personal. They've lost a husband and father, their home is in ruins, and their belief in the system has been completely destroyed. As the sun rises, the surviving family members are left with the grim realization that while the Purge may have ended, the psychological scars will last far longer. That's the story of the Purge, a brutal exploration of the darkest sides of human nature when laws no longer apply. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe to Zach's Stories for more summaries of horror and thriller movies. And stay tuned, because we'll be diving into the rest of the Purge series in the upcoming videos.